play two here tonight in the Carroll College PE Center here in Helena, Montana, the capital city. Another top 25 matchup. Number 22 Providence and number 7 Carroll College in Frontier Conference men's basketball. Welcome once again, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Kempson Cross. This is Haley Sutton, and we are excited to bring you another Frontier showdown here late in the conference season.
Classic Frontier Conference rivalry as both these teams renew Frontier Conference play, and it's all conference games from here on out. We welcome you inside the PE Center. I'm Kempson Cross. He's Guy Almquist, Carroll College Hall of Famer, and you had the chance to play in this rivalry, which is always intense.
Yeah, I think Carroll and Tech is the greatest rivalry in Frontier. Both teams, it's important to them in a number of ways. Obviously, they're starting off the conference here just in the very first front end of that. They're coming back from Christmas break. You know a win for either team would get them started right in the second half.
Capital gave up some big plays, down 21-7 in quarter number 2, then scored 23 unanswered points and held on to win. Head coach Kyle Mihelish told me after the game, basically he's happy with the result, but this is a tough way to make a living. Capital makes it back-to-back comeback victories with their 30-24 win. All kinds of people come from around the state, nation, and even across the Canadian border to hit the links at this historic golf course. I know a lot of people are in town enjoying the festival this weekend, but on any given day you might find them out here playing golf or enjoying other special events. In Cut Bank, Kempson Cross, SWX. Hello everybody, I'm Kempson Cross. Welcome to the Bear Den inside Capital High School. It's senior night for Bruin girls basketball as they host the Helena Bengals for a regular season finale showdown. A lot on the line for both teams tonight. We start with the visitors. Helena High looking for a season sweep of this rivalry. The Bengals enter with records of 16-1 overall and 10-1 in Western Conference play. And the back-to-back state champions are also still chasing their first outright conference title under head coach Eric Peterson. Helena leads the West in scoring offense and tops all of Class AA in scoring defense. The Bengals also lead the state in steals and scoring margin. Now, tonight's host Capital starting strong during the first crosstown clash of the season, but then Helena pulled away for a 59-45 win, and now the Bruins seek a little redemption here tonight. Capital has not lost since that January night in the jungle. The Bruins are 16-1 overall and 10-1 in the West as well, with their only blemish in head coach Katie Garson-Forba's first year coming against Helena 35 days ago. Capital is hot on the heels of Helena at second place in scoring offense and defense within the conference. Plus, a Bengal loss to Glacier just a week ago leaves the door wide open for the Bruins. Welcome into the SWX studio. The University of Providence women's wrestling team is preparing for the final collegiate meet of the season, and it's also the biggest. In just the second year of the Argos program, UP is sending 3 wrestlers to the national tournament. Senior Diane Schroeder, junior Yurie Yanioka, and sophomore Jenna Awana. These same Argos enjoyed success at the Women's Collegiate Wrestling Association Nationals last week, and now turn their focus to the NAIA Invitational. First-year head coach Carlene Slaberski says she's happy with the progress made since her arrival in January and is excited for each of her wrestlers as they enter their next competition.
UDA and Diane definitely bring a lot of experience. They're older, a little more seasoned. They've competed at WCWA already, and so I think that they're ready to just kind of bring it all, leave it all on the mat. Jenna Awana, she's a sophomore this year, so she's still catching up on experience, but she's just a great athlete. So if she puts it all together, she can do really well here too.
I just like competing. Just the just the fun of it. Being able to represent the school feels really good, and just seeing the training pay off.
From the mats to the Great Falls Iceplex, where the Americans will face off against Bozeman in the NA3HL Fraser Cup playoffs. Great Falls went 6-0 against the Ice Dogs during the regular season. The Americans finished 1 point behind Helena in the Frontier standings. And while the Bighorns are in the back of their minds, the Americans say they are focused on Bozeman, and experience will be the guiding factor in this best-of-3 series.
Yeah, it's definitely pushing us. It kind of opened up our eyes, let us know like we're not the best. We need to be better. We need to keep getting better. So yeah, this week we're going to work. We just got to worry about Bozeman, take care of them.
The regular season was good. We had 38 wins, which tied the Tier 3 franchise record. You know, there's nothing to hang our heads about there, and we just fell a point short. We have a lot of experience, so I hope that helps us out here. But they're definitely a team that we're not taking lightly, that's for sure.
Plenty more postseason coverage coming up on SWX tonight. For now, back to the desk. And if y'all want to see another outstanding individual performance, the Bell Huskies hosting the Joliet Jayhawks. First drive of the game, Hunter Vogel finds TJ Hennis, and he will score 6-0 Huskies with less than a minute gone. But the Jayhawks respond defensively. Wyatt Anderson chases down the quarterback in the end zone. Joliet gets 2 points on the board via safety, and then the Jayhawks on offense now have a day. Rylan Olsen, he takes off on a keeper and gives the Jayhawks their first lead. Touchdown and the 2 makes it 10-6 Jayhawks. Next Joliet drive, Olsen in trouble at first, but he pulls a little bit of a Marcus Allen, gets away from several tackles for another touchdown. This young man has his team flying high. A couple TDs already on the board in this highlight. He will keep it again in this next one and break some more tackles. He will get just inside the pylon, not to spoil it or anything, and without taking out the cameraman, which is another achievement.
It's taken me a lot of places. I've had the chance to coach some tremendous young men.
Helena High graduate Mike Van Diest says he never set out to be the face of a program.
I didn't need a title. The 2 titles I cherished were dad and coach. I didn't need another title on top of that.
Van Diest's coaching career began at his alma mater, the University of Wyoming. He made stops at Montana, Massachusetts, and Northwestern before returning to Laramie in 1991, with the possibility of a capital city homecoming always in the back of his mind.
But I always thought a lot about Carroll. I don't think they would have let me in with my ACT scores in 1970. They didn't ask for them when I applied for the job because of 99, so it all worked out well.
The next 20 years featured 6 NAIA national championships, highlighted by 4 straight between 2002 and 2005, as well as 14 Frontier Conference titles, including 12 consecutively from 2000 to 2011.
The football part of it was great. Relationships were better. The scoreboard only tells half the story. God has a plan for all of us. It's not the blueprint that I would have had, but it's the blueprint that he had. It was awesome.
His peers across the nation voted him into the NAIA Football Hall of Fame class of 2018 after 5 National Coach of the Year honors and 10 within the conference, plus a school record 203 wins. Coach says there are 2 main reasons he came back to coach a 20th season.
One was I wanted to help turn this program back into a winning program, but the main reason was our seniors.
Coach says retirement means that he finally has more time to spend with his family, including a new granddaughter, after 43 years of coaching.
I can certainly go forward and support them in their life, and I'll always be a Carroll Corresponding Saint. Thank you.
I was playing in the dirt with a little bit of a different crowd. A couple of local drivers gave me some idea of what it is like to strap in and get on the loud pedal with the American Sprint Car Series.
Rolling into turn number 1 right now with Helena, Montana, driven the Chevrolet Helena American Sheet Metal. Sharp Power J&J chassis. Cooper's insulation number 37 at that is Trevor Kirkland.
I was always around it. Always kind of dreamed of being a sprint car driver. I've raced everything from street stocks to late models to now sprint cars. This is actually my 21st year racing this year.
Brian Brandon, Helena, Montana, makes his way to turn number 1 right now from the man store. Campaign, Kaiser, ET Silver, Helena, liquor number 38B.
2013 was our Rookie of the Year. Well, it started off with my dad. He drove the car. He bought his first sprint car in 2000. My brother owned a car. I started driving for him. Dad ended up getting hurt in the car. He was ready to sell everything. We talked him into keeping it going.
That fuel and the fire is still there to win races. We can't take away from the family to do this at all costs. So it really relies on our partners.
It's an adrenaline rush. My first time, I was very nervous. We've achieved a lot of goals as a team. We got all our sponsors. They're a big help too.
Races are won in the shop. We spend probably 3 nights a week on average. The track changes as the night goes on for sure. So you want to keep that car as straight as possible. So momentum's everything, and sideways isn't fast.
I've had a lot of help with other drivers, teaching me, giving me pointers on setups and all that other stuff that goes on with the sprint car. It's pretty crazy. There's so much that goes on with them. Just to make the AMA with the national guys is an achievement.
These guys do it for a living, so it's an elbows up weekend and hope that you can pull something out of your hat. Everybody thinks it's absolutely crazy that there's an actual grizzly bear at the racetrack, and we've had some success, we've had some struggles, and every win, those are always mean something to you, but sometimes running second's as good as a win.
It's hard to explain, if it wasn't for my dad and my brother, we probably wouldn't be where we are at. Eventually, I'm gonna win the main event, and that's my goal. We'll get there. It's a family sport. I love it. It's in my blood.
Doesn't look nearly that nice, I can say, coming over making the trip over today. Kylie Becker had a very nice at-bat last time she was up, though, as she sent it right over the left field fence for the one Grizz run that is on the board. Now in the bottom of the fifth, looking to get something else started. At that time, it is Courtney Schroeder coming in from first base just outside the circle to make the catch for the first out.
And you can hear from all the way up here, get out, get out, get out. Communication so key, especially for defenses. So many times we've seen plays missed because of poor communication, whether that's calling for a ball or just knowing where to go with it in certain situations.
Yep. Morgan Johnson in now, fouls it off. Wind has died down a little bit. It's hasn't been blown super hard except for that one time a couple innings ago. And Johnson now out to left field towards those flags.
Oh, baby.
Hits the American flag, and it gets on out of here. Morgan Johnson with a solo shot to tie the game.
That one was absolutely mashed. Wow. Have you ever? I have never seen a ball hit that high. Hits the American flag out there in left center field.
Maybe Del Colburn hitting those trees that are out in right center. But Morgan Johnson, how do you do?
And that pitch wasn't even necessarily that high. It was, she just reached down there and got all of it.
Full extension certainly helps. And the wind was not a big factor in that one. Now it's going left to right, and it's kicking up again now. But wow, what a job by that former Big Sky Eagle to make it fly. McKenna Jaden with one out. Looking for more.
And the key for Williams is just to settle down here. She's given up 2 runs off of dingers. Thankfully for her, though, there's been no runners on when that's happened. So it's still a 2-2 tie. But she has to keep this ball just out of the hitter's power zone.
Jaden ropes it all the way to near the Big Sky logo, and she's going to slide in safely with a one-out double.
Just as I say that, Jaden with a huge hit, and that one had it been a little bit higher. That one could have gone out, but she crushed that one. So much speed, got to the wall in a hurry.
Still tied at 2 runs apiece. And Wisegram taking hacks as well. 2 runs on 5 hits for each team now. 3 errors for the Grizz, but they are erasing the memory of those by way of the long ball. Wisegram hits it to third, and in time for the out. Back to third, not in time. And so finally one goes Montana's way as Jaden is safe at third.
And coming over, Jeff Hibbert, he was going to call out. He was coming over, he had the fist, you could see him, he has the fist ready, but then he sees that the ball was indeed dropped and then calls her safe.
Might have had a riot. At least would have had Melanie Michael up in his grill again.
Yeah, and she's right there too. She can see everything.
Knaus straight back up the middle, just under the mid of Williams, and Montana takes the 3-2 lead as Knaus brings Jaden home.
Small ball's the way to do it, folks. You get the runner over to third, and then you get the run home with a nice piece of hitting. All it takes is a simple swing. You don't have to do anything too complicated. Although home runs are nice, we've seen 2 of them today from the Grizz. Oftentimes it's location, location, location.
Sellers out here taking hacks with 2 outs as well. First run that the Grizz have scored in this game 2 that was not via the home run. Got 2 solo shots before that. Saints put a rally together in the top of the 4th to take the 2-1 lead, and now After 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th, Montana has taken the lead of their own. Courtney Schroeder makes the catch, but apparently it went off Cami Sellers before she left the box. So we'll do it again with a 1-2 count.
I just want to talk about that pitch before. It was way off speed. Nice job by Sellers laying off it. Sometimes really hard to do that.
Sellers out of play down the left field line.
What a job Sellers has done. I believe now 15 games she's had her hit streak. Love to see her break the record.
Looking for another one. And she sends it out to left field. Jessica Nemo can't quite make the catch, but luckily for her at least, she was on the left side of the left field line.
We've seen a couple of fly balls from UM that looked like catchable balls, but the Saints, unfortunately, you can't blame the sun, but you could say the wind might have just took it a little bit too far. Or maybe they're just caught out of position.
The wind, and it seems like the moisture has been a factor too. Wow, hang the backwards K on Cami Sellers there, but the Grizz still get 2 runs for a 3-2 lead. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Montana Tech Ore Diggers trailing the Saints 13-10. Danny, there's the look at the best seats in the house. Danny Wagner with 6 points leads all scorers right now. She appeared in all 32 games last year. She's a 2-time All-Stater for the Blue Ponies of Havre, Montana. Helped them win the 2014 Class A title. And like you said, she's playing with more confidence this year as a sophomore than she was last year as a freshman.
And that's only natural, but she looks like she's going to get plenty of opportunities with the way they're playing her defense.
There's an extra opportunity, and she kisses it in off the glass to make it a 2-possession game. And look out, Carroll is now going to put their own press on.
I think they want to speed the tempo up. I think that suits them a little bit better.
Molly Peoples into the game, wearing the number 10 jersey for the Diggers.
She's a little bit of instant offense. She's going to search her shot out, I think. So they better pay attention to her.
The Butte, Montana native Zard from the free throw line gets her own rebound, and Tech able to get it back out on the perimeter. Williams, baseline, looking for an opening, but she stepped on the end line.
Tech's doing a good job getting that ball in the middle of the zone against the zone that looks to me like it's designed to keep it out of the middle. They're giving up the short corners, but they're doing a good job getting it there. They've got to convert when they have the opportunity there.
And you'd always prefer an outside shot instead of a layup.
Absolutely.
Sienna Swanek into the game. Freshman guard from 9 Mile Falls, Washington.
Tremendous athlete. She's just got to get a little experience. Obviously, she's young, but she's a great athlete. She'll be a great player here.
Michaela Olson is also in the game. That is Christine Denny for 2.
Nice aggressive take to the basket.
Hannah Dean will get credit for that assist. Averages just less than 3 a game, 7th ranked in the Frontier Conference individually. Back to a 5-point game now for Zard.
Looks to be that short corner is looking like a good spot for her.
Swanek up top. Denny out to Olson. Shot fake. Back to Denny. Swanek poked away. But Swanek will regain it as Peoples was giving chase.
Smart play, letting it go over half court before she went and got it.
Olson to Swanek. Denny again. And with the shot clock running down, she just had to throw it up. We're inside 3 to go in the opening frame.
Crawford's going to be the floor general for there. You can tell she's a good communicator. She's getting people in the spots they need to be. Every good team needs someone like that.
Part of the first AA state title in girls basketball for Helena in 20 years, back in 2017. Zard getting a lot of opportunities early, trying to get the points in the paint. Molly Peoples will be credited with the offensive rebound, so an extra chance for Tech here.
You can see she catches it. It's locked and loaded. She's ready to shoot it.
Zard looking for Pallister, but instead it was Hannah Dean who swatted it away. Wagner.
to Dean. Olsen going inside and contact, but nothing there.
You got numbers here. You want to see what they got.
Peoples gets Dean in the air, steps back, and just might have hit the rim. That's out of bounds to Carroll either way with 1:49 to go.
I think Carroll's zone, there's some openings against it, but they're doing a good job being real active with their hands, talking, communicating, putting pressure on the wings, so those openings aren't easy to see when you're on the court.
Notice the Tech has done a pretty good job of moving around through the key and such to get open. Falatoy back in the game, and she will meet Emma Madsen, the freshman from Great Falls, at half court, and she is going to take it away from her.
Good physical defense.
She had only 14 steals coming in. There's another one for you.
Little shuffle cut here, looks like. Double screen away.
Peoples to Crawford. Swanek using that length to get an arm in her face.
Sloan doing a great job defensively in the post, being in front.
Mesa Williams able to step around Danny Wagner to make it a 3-point game.